My wife and daughter weren't at home for Christmas. Then I saw their pictures at an amusement park together. I silently packed my bags and left behind the divorce papers. Christmas Eve, Sarah spent the whole day with our daughter Cooley at her childhood friend Luke's house. I called her only to be met with Cooley's scolding. "Mom's talking business with Luke. Don't bother her." They didn't come home that night. Christmas morning, I looked at the Christmas dinner I'd slaved over while fighting a cold, and tears just streamed down my face. This time I was really done. My phone alarm dragged me awake. My body ached. My eyes were gritty. The room was freezing and I pulled the covers tighter. Sarah hadn't come home. She'd forgotten our plans. Cooley's words from the previous day echoed in my head. Don't bother her. She called her own father a bother. It felt like a knife twisting in my gut. Cooley used to be so attached to me, always wanting me to carry her. When did that change? I guess around the time Sarah started taking her to Luke's for come to die business meetings. Luke and Sarah had known each other since they were kids, but he'd moved overseas right after high school. Last year he came back and Sarah, citing his international experience, hired him at her company. At Eid. That's when it all started. My phone rang. It was Sarah, honey. After the meeting it got so late and cold. Cooley and I just stayed over. Okay, there was a pause. She probably expected me to grill her. I used to every time she stayed out all night, and every time she'd have some excuse followed by some elaborate attempt to appease me. Not anymore. I was done asking. After a few seconds she continued. Honey, Luke's mom really wanted Cooley to spend the day with her at the amusement park. I couldn't really say no. Luke's mom, who Sarah said had always been so nice to her. Should we all go together? I knew the answer, but a sliver of hope remained. Oh John, don't be so petty. What's the big deal about spending time with his mom? We were supposed to take Cully to the amusement park today. I rubbed my aching eyes and buried my face in the pillow. I slept until 3 in the afternoon. The first thing I did was check my phone. No missed calls, no messages. My cold felt worse. I could barely breathe through my nose. I stumbled out of bed and made myself some cold medicine. While waiting for it to cool, I scrolled through social media. A photo stopped me cold. Luke with his arm around Sarah's waist holding Cooley's hand. They looked like a family. We were supposed to be at the amusement park. Now they were there, and I was the outsider. A knock startled me. Who could that be? I grabbed my jacket and rushed to the door. What took you so long? Sarah stood there holding Cooley, a look of annoyance on her face. I didn't respond, reaching for Cooley. Why are you so quiet? Go get us some strawberry shortcake. I want the kind from that bakery downtown. And I would always run out and get her whatever she wanted. I loved her. I loved our daughter. It didn't matter. Winter, summer, it didn't matter. I fake canned. I coughed, my throat raw. Remembering my medicine, I turned back to the bedroom and picked up the mug from the nightstand. Sarah stormed in and knocked it out of my hand. John, what is wrong with you? I am talking to you. The shattered mug on the floor mirrored my heart, parent broken and bleeding. The noise woke Cooley. Mommy, what's wrong? Did he make you mad? Cooley rubbed Sarah's face, her voice innocent. Luke is so nice. He never makes you mad. Can we go see Luke? She even glared at me. When Chloe was born, Sarah had said that since she was an only child. Could the baby take her last name? I loved her so I agreed. She was my daughter. What did the name matter? I used to be heartbroken when Cooley said things like this. Now it was just routine. My love for her felt fun diminished. I didn't even look at them. I just knelt down and started picking up the pieces. Sarah started to say something else, but her phone rang. I didn't care who it was. I gathered the shards and left the room. 10 minutes later, after Sarah's call, I made myself another cup of medicine. John, Luke wants to visit his parents in the country. We are driving up there. Is that okay? Sarah's tone was completely different now, subdued. I nodded. Sarah's parents had been my mentors, incredibly supportive of me. We always spent Christmas with them. The car's a little cramped though. Luke, his mom, me and Chloe. You will have to take the train. She looked at me apologetically. So that was it? That's why the sudden change in tone. With me, that's 5 people. Why wouldn't we all fit? I stared at her. Our car definitely had enough seats.